Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Rolanda.
And I'm Kylie.
And this is
Rose Crafty Corner. Welcome to our 2024 WIP Parade Part 1.
Numero uno.
Between us, we have enough projects to split this into two, so it's not a massive video for you to watch or for us to film because we have limited time.
Or for me to link in the description.
And that too. So we will only be showing projects that have been worked on in 2024 that will carry over to 2025. If things were not worked on this year, they will not appear in this video. But if they get worked on next year, we'll show them in our regular videos as we go.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, because Ro has more projects than I do, surprise, surprise, I know, shocking, she will do 2 to my 1.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will. Yes.
And she will begin.
I will. I must say from the top, I do not have percentages for some of the projects. Those ones are the ones that were on my Chromebook, which died, the ones that I work by a paper pattern, and the ones that are on Pattern Keeper. Some of the ones on Pattern Keeper I do have, but other ones, yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
so I'll let you know what I have when I have it.
And we're working basically our oldest ones to our newest ones.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Okay, so my first one is Free Spirit, and this was started pre-August 2022. I got this one as a kit from Aldi, and I worked on this for 2 days, and I got 967 stitches done. Now, really, I should have had my finger pulled out, and this one should have been finished. However, I only stitch on this when I need an easy sort of fill-in or traveling or whatever, and usually when I'm traveling I take something smaller. Yeah, so that's why this one sort of gets the lack of love. Because
you basically just got to do the fill-in, don't you, on this one?
Yeah, all the outlines are done, and as you can see, some of the half stitches are already done. I've just got to go back over with the other half stitch, you know, these bits here. So yeah. Let's hope that one's finished in 2025.
I was just going to say, potential finish for 2025.
Yes, let's hope so, because that would be lovely if that could happen.
Knock another one off that list.
Yes, definitely. Alrighty, now the second one that was started pre-August 2022 is called Gum Blossoms, and this one was a Kmart kit. So I got this one because I thought it was really cute. Now, I have seen this one being sold somewhere else just recently. I can't remember now off the top of my head.
I think I've seen it too. But
and this is where I'm at. Okay. So this one I've worked 1 day and I've done 72 stitches.
It's another one that's getting close to finish, but just needs that little push.
Yeah, super close. So these ones you know what? I'm going to make a commitment to myself right now. These are going to stay either in the car or in my project bag, travel ready at the front door, whatever.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm out. But see, the issue is I drive a lot of the time, so I can't stitch and drive.
It's not recommended.
No.
It's really not.
No. So, yeah, these little ones I want to try and get finished, or older ones I want to try and get finished.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
So my first one, my oldest WIP, and I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap, is Victorian Charm. It's a kit by Dimensions. It's on an 18 count navy Ada. I did buy it as the kit. I did in 2024 3,872 stitches, which has brought it to 49.49%.
Wow, almost halfway.
Well, almost, because like it is all tucked up under there. Yeah. I'm not going to take it all out.
No.
That's where it's at, and that's where I'll be showing it from next time I work on it. And
your previous photo will show.
Yeah, hopefully. So markup's not 100% accurate for this one because I actually realised that when I loaded it in, somehow I managed to miss a page. So it's probably not quite that high a percentage. It's probably a little bit lower.
Yeah. Now I'm doing the same one.
Yes.
Because we both started this together. And I'm leaving mine in its frame.
I started mine on the 15th of the 1st, 2023. I didn't say that one.
I started mine 1st of January 2023.
I was still trying to finish something off, I think, from the
Yeah,
year
you
before
were,
at the time.
yeah. Okay, so I haven't done anything outside of this frame, so there you can see what I've done, and then I've come down to the bottom and I've done the dirt down the bottom. So Kylie and I work different ways. She likes to work almost like in sections, so she gets all of one section done and then she moves on to the next one.
Yeah, I've sort of done parking with this.
Yeah.
This one.
Whereas I'm a cross-country stitcher, so I just finish the colour of that thread and then I pick a new colour thread and then I, move on from there. So
I tend to make mistakes more when I do it that way, so that's why I've gotten onto sort of the parking method, and I've really enjoyed doing it that way.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. We work differently, but we're still getting the same result.
Yeah, absolutely. So
now I've done 7 days on mine, 4,947 stitches. So I'm not sure where the percentage is because that's a paper pattern.
Which, I've put mine into markups.
Yeah. Then my next one is called Summer Ears by Doreen Jones. I started this one on the 8th of January 2023. Here is where I am now. And I did 2 days on this one, 2,345 stitches. And this was one I had in Chromebook, unfortunately, so I've got to resource the pattern, put it into markup and mark it all off and figure out all the things, And that's why some of these projects have had no love and some have only had a little bit of love, and
all the things.
All the rest of these in this series haven't had any love because of that reason. So yes, I need to get onto it, need to make some time dedicated to that. But yeah, that's Summer Is.
If only we could create more time.
I know, right? Or clone myself.
Yeah, that too. All right. So the next one I started on the 21st of May that is still going is Hedwig from Tilton Crafts. And this is on a 22 count Ada, and I'm using the called for DMCs. And in 2024, I did 1,257 stitches on this one, which brought it to 9.5%. I have not gone outside of that Q-snap yet. But there is a few pages there.
I should say I'm using all the cord for in all of mine so far. I forget these things.
Well, Victorian Charm, because we both got the kit, came with the dimensions threads with it, and that's what we're using.
And some of them I remember the fabric counts and some I don't.
So Hedwig, I bought the PDF, and she's my first full coverage that I ever started.
And you love working on that one.
I do. I need to get back to it. I was asked about it the other day because I haven't worked on it for so long. All of the projects I'm showing in our WIP Parade videos are going into my WIP Go board for next year. If you're not familiar with WIP Go, check out Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She created WIP Go, and she has a very good instructional video on how to do that. And of course, you can make it your own. So
yes, she does. Alrighty, my next one, and the only reason why I worked on this one is because Kylie challenged me. Oh dear. All right, so my next one is the Planner Bobbins from Creatively Crafting. For 2023, it was the free stitch along that they had on their website, wasn't it?
You had to sign up to their emails. Yeah.
So I worked on this little one here. That's what I did in this year. Oh my gosh, so much.
I'd have to challenge you to get back to that one.
Yeah, so I did 1 day of 138 stitches. Yeah, no, I'd like to get this one finished.
Yeah.
I
was happy when I got mine finished.
I have mixed emotions with this project. I do love how it looks and how it turns out. I don't like fractional stitches.
Yeah.
And I did want to wait until a lot of it was out before I started committing a particular bobbin to a particular month.
Yes, because of course they're in the northern hemisphere and we're in the southern hemisphere, so seasons are opposite and things. So,
and I do have all that worked out now. So I guess there's no excuse.
No, there's not. Get on it.
And you can see it says 2023 down the bottom.
Yep. So she's definitely running behind on that one.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty, my next one is called Tree Silhouette at Dusk, and this is by Aussie. This was a pattern off Etsy. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Etsy, because it was a digital one. I started on the 15th of January 2023. I worked on it this year for 3 days, and I did 3,010 stitches, and I'm now at 9.81%. Now, the reason why I worked on this one, I have to go in really close, is because you can see this is a moon. So you can see a lot of like white and ecru in here, and I had a challenge to stitch on so many stitches of white, I think it was. And yeah, so I did that. But that's another one that I will definitely be working on next year in 2025.
Okay.
Because it is a full coverage, so it'll add towards my full coverage stitching.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So the next one on my list, I started on the 8th of June in 2023, and that is Titanic.
It's looking awesome.
This is an anchor kit, and it's on an 18 count white Aida with the anchor threads. This one I picked up from a freebie table at Retreat in 2022. And it was one of those things that I was like, will I ever do it or won't I? Oh, look, it's on the freebie table. I might as well take it. And I have started it.
Yeah.
And I managed to get 4,275 stitches done on that one, which has brought it to 12.18%.
It's looking amazing.
I really do need to get back to it because I do love it. And now I've got my matching needle minder too.
Yes, you do.
From Magical Minders. And that's the boarding pass or ticket, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see the lady's like nose, like kind of her
outlines coming in.
Facial features sort of starting to come in a little bit.
Yeah, so I really need to get back to that one because I just love how the different elements all come through. And
yeah.
I
was going to say I haven't seen that one in a little bit.
No, because we've been busy doing, Halloween stitching, Christmas stitching, all the things.
We have our themes and it kind of gets
but it is going to be on my WIP board, so it will definitely get some work in 2025. Everything will.
Because I like watching her do that one and also the Hedwig.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm living it through you. You know what I mean? I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, so I would never do Harry Potter, but I feel like that. And then this one.
But I love it when we get to go to the Brisbane catch up because there is another lady there that I know is a Harry Potter fan. Yes. So every time I work on that, I get to show her and she gets excited with me. So.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I love it how other people get excited from the WIPs that we do.
Yes.
Alrighty, my next one is called Summer Wishes. Now, this is it, and it's by Doreen Jones. I started this one on the 5th of Feb 2023, and this is where I'm at now. Now, this one was sent to me by a lovely lady over in America, and she sent me a whole kit, and she'd asked me, this is when I was coming back to cross stitching, she asked me who my favourite designer was, and I said Doreen Jones, and she sent me this, and I was like, oh,
nice. And
she sent me the threads and the fabric and everything. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. I got a goodie bag from her, which was lovely. Now this one, I've spent 5 days on it, and I've done 2,173 stitches. So this is another one that really
doesn't have a lot left.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot left, but it's pretty much just above the sand. Everything, in the sand below is done except for back stitching, obviously.
Yeah, so it's going to be more than halfway done.
Yeah. And this is another one that I'm just working from the paper chart.
So we don't have a percentage for that one, but it looks like it's more than 50%.
Yeah, it does.
So it probably wouldn't take much to finish it off if you focus on it.
Yeah, because the top half is not full coverage.
No.
This from here down was full coverage. So this is just the huts and things on there. So and the banners. Yep. Alrighty, that's that one. Now the next one is the Signs of Christmas sale. Now I was hoping to work on this in Christmas time of this year, 2024. However, I just haven't had a chance to. So this is what she looks like now. This is by Shannon Christine, and it was the 2023 Christmas sale. Now this year I've worked on ice skates, which is this block here, and I've done 1 day 800 stitches on that one, and I've worked on Farm Fresh Trees, which is the top one there, and I've done 2 days on that one, 1,799 stitches. I haven't touched any of the frame this year. I don't think. I can't remember if I've touched any of the frame. But because it came out with the frame first and then each individual one, that's why I've got different percentages for each individual one. And I can be glad to say that these two are 100%.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good work.
So that's another one that I need to get back to. You're going to hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yeah, we're both guilty of that.
Yeah.
Next on my list, I started on the 17th of October 2023, was the 80s movie night stitch along from Atomic Tiki Pins, and I've done mine on a 16 count navy Ada and using the call for DMCs. The PDF we bought from Etsy, we both bought it.
Yep.
And all we've been working on is the frame. We haven't actually got to any of the pieces yet.
Yeah.
So, and I've done 6,270 stitches on this frame this year, which has brought it to 48%.
Awesome. Because with this particular one, you need to work on the middle to start with, because then you need to work out the movies in the frame around it.
Yeah, that's right. And I've planned out what movies I want to do. So once I've finished up through here, I won't be putting the outer borders on yet because it'll be dependent on where my movies finish. So once I've done this inside bit, I will then start doing the movies and fill out the rest of the border as I go.
Yeah, that's the same plan as what I have as
well.
Yeah,
so this is Rose's next one as well. We're playing well today.
We did, and it's worked out really well that we had ones in between. Yeah. So this is mine. Now, I did this on a piece of fabric I hand-dyed myself. And there's a whole story behind it. I won't go into it now because we've chatted about it a couple of times before. Yeah.
I don't think we need to keep going on about it.
No, but
if you want to know, just go back to previous videos.
Yeah. But I absolutely love this colour on the back of it because I just think those colours pop off on it. And I have done, I started mine on the 17th of May, 2023. I've worked on it 5 days this year for a total of 4,675 stitches. And I'm now at 53.29%. So just a little.
She's just a touch ahead of me.
Yeah.
Because I think you've done the top of the reel up there, haven't you? Which I haven't got to yet.
The top of my reel
I was finishing off whatever I needed to do down the bottom and the back stitch while I was there. Yeah. And then I'm going to move up through here.
So I think you finished the bottom part of the movie night here, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I think I've got just a tiny bit more to go. I think, a tiny bit more to go, and then the back stitching in there.
Yeah. Yes. See, I've done the back stitching.
Yeah, actually, I only have the back stitching to go.
Yeah, actually.
I've got all the rest of it done. I just need to finish off the back stitching.
Yeah. So I think with this one, I'm just going to keep doing the back stitching as I go because otherwise it'll be a lot of back stitching at the end.
And I've just left my threads off to the side here. These ones are the actual border threads, so
because they continue up a little bit.
Once the movies are done, and then all the things.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now my next one.
This is a big one.
I need your help with this one. I need to sit back. This one is called Stained Glass Elephants, and it's by Shirova Creations on Etsy. I started this one as a model stitch, and I wasn't given a date of when it needed to be finished, just that it needs to be worked on, and I haven't worked on it in a little while, so I do need to get back to it, but that's all right. I have plans for it for February.
Okay.
Now, 11th of June 2023 I started this one. I'm not sure if I said that, and I've worked on it 18 days this year. And here's where she's at. Sorry about the park threads. I'm going to be working them in next time.
At some point.
Get to it. Yeah. I'm not one for parking, but I was parking them because I wanted to concentrate. I've had a few different ways of doing this, right? First of all, I was just going to do as it is. And then I was going to do all the black and then fill it in. And then I was going to do, no, I'm going to do something else. And then I had a challenge to do so many stitches in brown. So I came down and did the brown. And it's just been all over the shop. So my actual next plan is to work in the park threads and then possibly just try and continue on from here, from this bit, across, and get all this done across. 13.95%, 18 days, 12,406 stitches.
Very good.
So, yes, that's a biggie.
It is a big one. And that's full coverage, that one too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
My next one I started on the 25th of April this year, 2024, as an Anzac Day start, because that is Anzac Day. And it is called Lest We Forget by Stitch Wit. And I'm stitching it on a 25 count black Lugana that I bought from one of the D-Stash markets in 2023. And I'm using the called for DMC on that one. And I think that one was actually a free pattern on their website.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's just a little one. It's a lot bigger than what I thought. So I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it looks little. A lot of theirs are deceptive. They look little, and then you actually get them, and I load them into markup, and it's like 14,000 something stitches in it. That's not as small as I thought. On that one, I got done this year. So I think I only did work on it once or twice. And I got 1,007 stitches done on it, and that brought it to 7.13%.
And now you can see how many stitches that is. It's 7.13%.
Yep. So it's just over 1,000 stitches, which I don't know. I don't even know if it looks like that.
Yeah. I love how the red is popping off that black fabric.
Yeah. So, yeah, I started in the middle and just worked around, and then I'll work the next section around and whatever.
Yeah.
I need to get back to that because I really love we're going to be saying that for everything. But I do have
because
plans.
We love all of our WIPs,
yes. Otherwise we wouldn't be doing.
Exactly.
I have plans to do this at the very least on Anzac Day next year and also on Remembrance Day.
Yes.
So hopefully I'll get the chance to work on it in between those as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to work on it more than twice a year.
Yes, of course, yeah. Well, whenever it calls to you, I suppose.
Yes. Or whenever, something else isn't calling me
spins up
more.
Or something.
Yeah. If I put it on a wheel or it comes up your WIP Go or something, I'll add to it then as well.
Definitely. Alrighty, my next one is Stroke of Midnight by Shannon Christine. Now, this one was done by a couple of friends of mine, or ours, I should say, for my birthday sale last year.
Don't steal all the friends.
I promise I won't. And once they were finished with the pattern and the beads and a couple of other bits and pieces, they sent them to me because they knew how much I wanted to do it. Now, one of our friends did it in the blue, which is the call for, which you can see. One of our friends is doing it in the green, and I'm doing it in the purple because purple's my favourite colour. So this is on a piece of fabric that I hand-dyed myself. And I love her. Again, I need to get back to her. I nicknamed this one Cinderella, obviously because it is Cinderella running away at the stroke of midnight. I started her on the 9th of August 2023, and this year I've spent 7 days on her, 5,489 stitches, and she's now at 38.72%. So she has her little glass slipper here. I'm not sure if you can see it. And yeah, I need to work in the rest of it. And all this part here is all going to be Rainbow Petite Treasure braid and beading. So, yep.
That one will keep you busy.
It will. I love working on her. It's just I don't get enough time to get around to it.
There's so many things that we want to work on, isn't there? And new things come up. With
myself, like, I'm impulsive. So when I see something new that I like, I have to work on it, right? And I have to start it. And
I have to start all the things.
All the things. And so
we need to get her to try and finish some things,
Well,
especially
I
the
mean-
ones that are close to finishing.
I'm over 20 finishes for this year, so I think that's pretty good for me so far. I aim for 24 and 24, so let's continue to do
Pretty
that.
sure I'm well past that, but I do a lot of smalls. So.
Yes, that's the thing is you do a lot of smalls, where I do a lot of large.
More bigger, yeah.
Alrighty. My next one is designed by our friend Adorn Williams, who is Salty Threads Studio on Etsy. And this one is called Aussie Christmas Countdown. That'll be yours like that. Yeah, beautiful. Alrighty. Now, this one I started on the 21st of September 2023. This year I've only spent one day on her and I've done 1,041 stitches. And it's now at 18.85%. I did have plans to stitch this one in Christmas. I haven't got around to it. You know, I need a lot of options, and my calendar has been taking most of my attention. But when I do get back to it, I will finish off day one, finish off the heading, and finish off any little bits and pieces that need to come down the side here, and then I'll move on to day two and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's that one.
The next one I have on my list, I started on the 16th of May this year, 2024. It is Baby in a Corner from Industrial Owl Endeavours. And I have done mine on it's on an 11 count Ada that I tea-dyed because I wanted that kind of, you know, sort of dark, moody kind of look, but not too dark because the car is dark. And I am using the called for DMC on that one. This year I've gotten 1,776 stitches done, which has brought it to 38.58%. Now I tend to only work on this one when we catch up with our friend Jeanette. And we've got two supernatural projects. I'll show the other one in a minute. And we have, so when we catch up and do some stitching together, I usually work on one or the other of my supernatural projects. So if you're not familiar, this car is from the TV series Supernatural.
Not much further to go.
Well,
I mean, the percentage looks like there is, but to look at it, it looks like the car.
It's the whole car, basically.
Yes, but what I mean, to look at it, it's like, it's just the car to go. But you know what I mean? Like,
that's the biggest part.
It's a lot of solid, heavy stitching.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of back stitching. So, it's going to still take a little while, but I'm in no rush for that one. As I said, I just do that when Jeanette and I catch up. And, so it's kind of a stitch along for Jeanette and I.
Well, that's good. All right, awesome. All right, my next one is Advent Calendar by Doreen Jones. I started this on the 1st of December 2023, and my plan back then was to do one little section each day, and that quickly came undone because they were bigger than what I thought they were going to be. Okay, so here we are now. Now, you probably won't see much difference in this one, because I've just recently worked on this one. I've done one day, 567 stitches, and it's now at 12.78%. So what I've done in that one day is backstitch the angel, the pudding, and the fox. And I've finished off this line here for number 13, I think it was. So yeah, you know, there's not a lot of difference in that one, but it's looking much clearer now that the back stitching is in, which is lovely.
Always nice when the details start coming through when you do the back stitching.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of back stitching, but I am when it makes everything clear and in focus.
Not all patterns need it.
It feels like before you do the back stitching, you're foggy, like you need to put your glasses on, and then when you've done the back stitching, your glasses are on and you see everything crystal clear. Alrighty, my next one is called Summer Memories, and it's by Maria Diaz. Now, I got this one out of one of the cross-stitching magazines. Okay. Now, this one I started on the 8th of December 2023. This year I've spent 4 days on her and done 2,207 stitches. And I don't have a percentage on this one, unfortunately, because this was one of the ones in Chromebook. So, again, I'll need to put this over to markup and get back to it. But I loved working on this one when I was working on it. Like seeing that little caravan come to life was just so cute. So yeah, we're in summer, so you may see some progress on that in the new year.
We'll see, hey?
All right, back to you.
So my next one is the other supernatural project that I mentioned before. It is Binging Fave Supernatural from Creatively Crafting. Now this one I'm doing on, I think it's a 32 count linen from Paddock Lane Designs that I picked up at Retreat in 2023. So this was actually in a pack that was in the Lucky Dip. So there was an Ada, an even weave, and a linen. So this is the linen from that one.
It's really nice, sort of neutrally kind of face, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it really suited, again, the moodiness of, you know, the supernatural things. And it is also stitched along with Jeanette. And I started on the 25th of July. I can't remember if I said that. And mostly I worked on this one at Retreat this year. And I got 591 stitches done, which has brought it to 7.35%. And I think the name of the fabric was Snow Gum.
Oh, okay.
I did ask Lisa at the retreat, and I think that was what it was.
Yeah.
So
that black and white is looking so good on that.
Yeah, it's going to take a while, this one, because like it is on a linen and I'm doing it 2/2. I'm not used to stitching on linen, but once I sort of got in the groove of it at retreat, as long as I had daylight, once it sort of got to late in the day and I was tired and it was getting darker and stuff, then I had to put it away.
And you need good magnification.
I need my magnifier for that, yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I would too. I think most of us would. I am so surprised when people stitch on like 40 and 56 count. I'm like, how do you do that?
And they don't use a magnifier.
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm like, crazy. Wow. Supersonic eyes.
Yeah.
Just with laser beams. Okay, that's another day.
Oh dear.
See where my brain goes?
See what I have to work with?
Never a dull moment though. All right.
That is true. All right, moving on.
Yeah, I'm starting to blush. My next one is called Rainbow Quaker, and this is by Vivsters, and I bought this one off Etsy. I fell in love with the rainbow colours of it. I started it on the 3rd of January 2024, so this is
you're into the current year. I've been in this year for a while.
Yeah,
I didn't have many that carried over actually.
Yeah, we're now in the current year. I went heavy with this one as soon as I bought it, and then I came back to it a little bit later in the year.
I think you had some challenges. You needed the colours and stuff too.
I needed to stitch like, I think it was like
the yellow maybe,
so
and the orange.
1,000 stitches in yellow, and then so many stitches in orange.
Something like that. Yeah.
Because I was working on the yellow, and then I moved down to the green, and then the challenge came up for the orange, and I was like, orange? What do I have for the orange? And then I was like, Rainbow Quaker. So that's why I moved up to the orange. Now I've spent 6 days on her this year, and I've done a total of 2,869 stitches, now at 19.07%. So this is another one I want to get back to.
We just need to like pre-record that bit and insert it after everyone.
After every single project.
Yes.
Okay. This is my next one. Now, I bought this one because there's a Star Wars fan in our household, and they liked this one. So, this is a Dimensions kit, started on the 15th of Feb 2024. This one I've worked on for 6 days, 2,272 stitches. Again, being a paper pattern, I don't have any percentage, but you can see there's a leg, and there's the bottom of, I think it's Leah's dress.
Have you ever seen the movies?
I have, but I don't really remember them. I don't really pay much attention to it. And then down the bottom there, the needle minder, is my little puppy dog. My little Rexy Muffin. So because this is a household project, he's on.
Everyone's involved.
Yep. Yep. Everybody's involved in that project.
Okay then. This next one I started on the Stitchy cruise that we went on in the middle of the year. It is called Love Entangled. So it's the two seahorses entwined. This one is from Amanda Noto of Amanda Bianca Designs. And I am using an 18 count hand dyed Ada from number 12 Stitch Co. that I bought at the Stitching Retreat in 2022. And I am using the called for DMC on this one. So yeah, it was a cruise start. Started on the 28th of July, and I did 499 stitches, which brings it to 8.69%. So again, another one I have to get back to, because I did actually really enjoy stitching that one, and I like the picture and everything. It's very, very nice picture.
I think was it the only reason why you changed from the ones because we wanted to start other ones on the cruise? Was that the reason why?
We had a bingo challenge, and it was to stitch on something new each day. So I was working on that one at night in the cabin because I had my magnifying light. The lighting in the stitching room wasn't great. It was a bit hard to have my magnifier over it. So I left that one in the cabin, and I was doing easier ones like on 14 count and stuff when we were up in the stitching room.
Yeah. Alrighty. Now my next one is called Functional Adult.
I love this.
Yes, I love this one, and this is the one I was saying to you, I really need to get back to this one.
Yes.
Because being a functional adult every day is excessive.
It really is.
Especially for me.
I think most people would agree with you, to be honest.
Can't we have our childhood back, or parts of our childhood back, I should say, not all of it.
Just occasionally go back to being a kid.
Yes, no
having someone else look after you for a change.
Now, this was purchased from Oh My Stitches shop on Etsy, and I started this one on the 20th of February 2024. I've spent 2 days on it, and I've done 571 stitches. Now, this is on an easy count fabric, and I'm just trying to think, it might be a 25 or a 28 count, I think. Okay. I chose that small because I wanted to finish it in a hoop. So I needed to sort of make sure that the finishing dimensions were the right size.
Yep. Very good.
So yeah, I do, and this was my first time in stitching on something so small, because it was in preparation for the next project.
Okay.
So this was my
testing out the fabric first.
Yeah, this was my test stitch. So I got that far and I liked it, and I was like, okay, yep, that's fine.
Very good.
So yeah, definitely we'll be working on that one in 2025. And then my next one, which that last one was the test stitch for this one.
Yeah.
This one is called Harmony by Paige.
Which is Heaven and Earth Designs, if you're not familiar.
And we have nicknamed her Polly.
Yep.
Now, she's just come out of the frame.
So it's a bit creased.
Yeah, she's a little creased.
You know, it's a work in progress. So.
Yeah, that's right. And I move all over the shop. So trying to get her as flat as we can. Now, I started this one on the 29th of February 2024. She is my leap year sales stitch. I'm not saying which leap year she'll be finished by.
One of them, eventually.
Yes. And I've spent 13 days on her, 10,546 stitches, and she is at 6.76%. So maybe if we just go in a little bit. There we go. So that's as wide as she is. And then she'll just go down, obviously. And there is a needle minder of what she looks like. So that's that one.
Okay, the next one I have to show was also a cruise start. I started this one on the 1st of August on the cruise. It's called Tropical Holiday Gnome. It's a bit of a sad start. It's cute embroidery, which is also known as Favorite Gnome on Etsy. Now this one I'm doing on a 14 count white Ada because that was nice and easy to see on the cruise. Because we weren't sure what the lighting would be like before we went, so I made sure I had something that would be easy. I've done only 62 stitches on this, which is 1.78%. I literally worked on it one day on the cruise just to work on something different for the bingo challenge. And I'm using CXC threads, mostly the called for DMC numbers, but I have had to substitute some because I didn't have all of the right numbers.
Yeah.
So I made a couple of substitutions.
And I've finished mine.
She did. So I need to get my act together and work on this one again.
Yes. Now this one was actually given to us by the designer.
It was.
For our channel. So we do have it in previous videos. If you are interested in stitching it, you'll need to go back to our previous videos. The stitchy one, I think it was, and possibly the one before that.
Somewhere around our cruise.
Yes.
May even be in the cruise one, or it'll be in our cruise plans or something.
Something like that.
Somewhere around there. If
you are interested in it, you'll need to go back to those videos and go to our description, which is underneath the video, and the link will be in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, it's another one I need to get back to as well.
Yeah.
They all are, aren't they? Yeah. Keep them progressing, but that one's not huge, so you managed to get yours done and finished and fully finished.
Yes.
So I need to get on to mine because we actually want to see how different they look because I used
my own tie-dyed, hand-dyed fabric, and I used CXC threads fully, I think it was.
Yeah, but I think you used all the called for numbers.
Yes, I did use all
because you have a bigger supply of CXC threads than I do.
Yes.
I did acquire some more while we were on the cruise.
Yes.
In cans, but I'd already kitted that up and I don't know if any of them were the ones I needed anyway.
Yeah, so that's right, yeah.
I'm just going to continue with what I've already set it up for.
And I like the CXC threads because they are the same numbers as DMC.
Yeah, so they're an easy substitute.
415, for example, is the same colour with both of them.
Yeah.
The CXC threads are just that little tiny bit thicker.
Yeah, and a little bit cheaper. So there you go. That is part one. That
concludes part one.
That is the end of part one of our 2024 WIP Parade. And thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed seeing what we need to keep working on
yes
next year. And until next time, stay crafty.